So here's my loom with some cloth on it, and we're gonna look inside. Back here behind this thing is called the reed, are all the heddles. Now, the heddles are suspended from these called shafts. There are lots of shafts. This is an 8-shaft loom, but I'm only using 4 shafts for this pattern. You can see how some threads pass through heddles on shaft 1, heddles on shaft 2, heddles on shaft 3, and heddles on shaft 4. And go through back here to the back of the loom where they're wound on that. They go over that back bar and around the back beam. But the thing about the heddles, let's see if I can get a good angle to do this. There's these handles up here, and when I pull the handle down, it makes, this is the first lever, and it connects to shaft 1. So when I pull it up, all the heddles attached to shaft 1 go up, and all the threads that are through a shaft 1 heddle go up. So each thread only goes through one heddle and between the others. So let's look in, let's put this shaft down and look in here at, that's a 4. Sorry, can't see anything with my hand in the way. This thread right here, you can see it goes through a heddle way back there that you can see moving. The next thread over goes to, if I can just catch the next thread over, goes to another heddle. I think that one's on shaft 3. And each thread goes through one heddle. And what happens is, let's encourage those to go back into shape. They're all kept in nice, smooth, parallel lines by the reed. And so if I reach up and pull, say, levers 1 and 3, I'll get all the threads from shaft 1 and all the threads from shaft 3 are now up, and all the threads from shafts 2 and 4 are down. And that space in between them is where we insert the shuttle that carries the thread that goes across them. So, just a second. So, this is the pattern I'm using. This diagram right here tells me what shaft each thread goes in. So when I start over here at this side with the first thread and work my way across this way, the very first thread goes in a heddle on shaft 2, and then the next one in shaft 3, and the next one in shaft 4, and then I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and so on. And the thing about this is that for overshot, which is the kind of weave structure I'm doing, you always have to go even, odd, or odd, even, odd, even. It doesn't matter. It just has to alternate. So you can see that as you go along here, here's an even and an odd, and an even and an odd. See, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It always goes even, odd, for what number of shaft it is. And that's so that you can always, when you reach up here, if you pull all the odd numbered shafts, which for a 4-shaft threading is 1 and 3, you get half the threads up and half the threads down. And it'll make a nice plain weave. Here. Let's weave across this right now. Actually, I need to do an even pick right now, so we'll pull down shafts 2 and 4. And we'll again get a nice half the threads. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take, see that very thin thread coming off the edge there? That's connected to this shuttle. And there's a bobbin in here with a whole bunch of thread on it. And we put that in between the layers of thread and push it across. And the thread comes across like so. And we make sure it's kind of at an angle. We always want it to be at a little bit of an angle at first, because I'll explain that later. So it's at a bit of an angle, and then we take the reed and squish it into place. And now it's not at an angle anymore. It's part of the cloth. It's that new line at the edge of the cloth.